Imagine walking up to airport security, completely confident, bags packed perfectly, only to watch a TSA agent pull your carry-on off the belt and tell you that item you've been traveling with for years is now completely banned. That moment of confusion, embarrassment, and scrambling to figure out what to do next is something thousands of travelers are experiencing right now in 2026 because the rules have genuinely changed. And today, we are breaking down every single one of the 7 newest carry-on bans so that never happens to you. Stay with me through this entire video because some of these are going to genuinely surprise you, and I've saved the one that's tripping up the most experienced travelers for later in the list. You do not want to miss that one. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we cover everything that makes travel smarter, cheaper, and less stressful. Hit that subscribe button right now because we drop travel content every single week. And in 2026, staying updated on aviation rules is quite literally saving people time, money, and major headaches at the airport. All right, let's get into it. 7 new carry-on bans you absolutely need to know before you step foot in an airport this year. Number 1. Certain lithium battery power banks above a specific wattage threshold. Now, before you roll your eyes and say you already knew about lithium battery rules, hear me out, because the regulations have been tightened considerably compared to what most people remember from just a couple of years ago. Lithium-ion batteries have always been a sensitive topic in aviation because of their fire risk, but in 2026, aviation authorities have gotten much more specific and much more strict about which power banks are allowed and which ones are not. The core issue comes down to watt hours. Most travelers vaguely know there's a limit, but the enforcement has ramped up significantly, and more battery types are now flagged automatically by screening technology that airports have upgraded. If your power bank doesn't have clear watt-hour labeling on the device itself, which many older or cheaper models don't, agents are now instructed to treat those as potentially non-compliant, meaning they get confiscated right there at the checkpoint. The practical takeaway here is to check every single power bank you own before you travel. Look for the WH label. If it's not there, either replace it with a clearly labeled one or leave it at home. This one is catching a surprising number of frequent flyers off guard because they bought their power banks years ago when labeling standards were less consistent. Number 2. Realistic replica weapons and prop items. This one sounds obvious until you realize just how broad this category has become. We're not talking about people trying to sneak fake guns through security as some kind of prank. We're talking about items that many travelers genuinely do not think twice about. Cosplay props, movie memorabilia, theatrical stage items, certain children's toy weapons that look convincingly real, even some decorative items shaped like knives or weapons that people pick up as souvenirs. In 2026, with enhanced imaging technology at checkpoints, anything that registers as a weapon-shaped object triggers a much more intense review process. And in many cases, the item simply does not make it through regardless of how obviously fake it is to the human eye. The reason this has become a harder ban is that screening systems have been upgraded to flag shapes and densities rather than relying solely on agent interpretation. The algorithm essentially doesn't care that your item is plastic or decorative. If it looks like a weapon in silhouette, it's now a significant problem. If you're traveling with anything like this, and you'd be amazed at what falls into this category when you think about it carefully, check it. Ship it ahead. Leave it at home. Do not assume the agent will simply smile and wave you through because they did last time. Number 3. Certain aerosol products beyond the standard liquids rule. Most travelers know the 3-1-1 rule for liquids. 3.4 ounces, 1 quart-sized bag, 1 bag per person. But aerosols and carry-on bags are now facing additional restrictions that go beyond just size limits, and this is where a lot of people are getting caught in 2026. The issue is specifically around aerosols that contain flammable propellants or certain chemical compounds. Dry shampoos, some spray sunscreens, certain spray deodorants, and a range of beauty and personal care products that come in pressurized cans are now facing much closer scrutiny. The concern from aviation safety regulators isn't just about liquid volume. It's about pressurized containers and what happens when they're exposed to cabin pressure changes or heat. What's changed in 2026 is that several new categories of aerosol products have been formally added to restricted lists following incidents and safety reviews. The practical problem is that many of these are products people have been tossing in their bags without a second thought forever. Before you travel, go through every single aerosol product in your toiletry kit. Cross-reference it with the current TSA list and the list from your specific carrier if you're flying internationally. What's acceptable on a domestic U.S. flight may not match what's acceptable when you're connecting through certain international airports, which brings an extra layer of complexity. Number 4. Specific types of smart devices with embedded batteries that can't be removed. This one is newer and genuinely catches people off guard because it sits at the intersection of technology and aviation safety in a way that didn't really exist 5 years ago. The rise of smart luggage, wearable tech, certain health monitoring devices, and increasingly sophisticated personal electronics has created a gray zone that aviation authorities have been working to address. In 2026, the ruling has sharpened considerably around devices where the battery is completely embedded and cannot be removed, particularly when those batteries exceed certain thresholds. The reason this matters for carry-on specifically is somewhat counterintuitive. You might think, well, I'm keeping it with me, so it's fine. But the issue is that certain embedded battery devices are now being flagged for checked baggage, as well as carry-on depending on their classification. And the rules differ by airline, by route, and by the regulatory body governing that flight. Smart bags are probably the most common example here. Several airlines had already banned smart bags in checked luggage unless the battery was removable. What's new in 2026 is that some of those policies have now extended or been clarified for carry-on scenarios too, and the technology has gotten sophisticated enough that screening will catch these items when it didn't always before. Before you travel, know exactly what devices you're carrying, know which ones have embedded batteries, and verify that each one is compliant with your airline's current policy. Check the policy directly on the airline's website because these have been updated frequently this year. Number 5. Certain food items containing regulated agricultural products on international routes. Okay, so this one might not sound like a carry-on ban in the traditional sense, but it absolutely functions as one and is costing travelers real money and real frustration in 2026 at international checkpoints. Agricultural restrictions on what you can carry across borders have existed for a long time, but the enforcement at the gate and checkpoint level has intensified dramatically. Detection technology for organic material has improved, meaning things that used to slip through often now get flagged. The tricky part is that this isn't just about obvious things like fresh fruit and vegetables, though those are absolutely included. It's about processed foods that contain certain agricultural components, certain spices in their raw or minimally processed form, products that contain meat derivatives in ways that aren't obvious from the packaging. Seed-containing foods. Foods with soil-grown components that could theoretically introduce pathogens. What's biting travelers in 2026 is specifically the snack culture of bringing food from home for long flights. People pack elaborate homemade meals, regional specialty foods, gifts of local produce, and culturally specific food items. Then they arrive at an international checkpoint, and suddenly those items are creating a significant holdup or outright confiscation. If you are flying internationally this year, research the agricultural import rules for your destination country, as well as any transit country you're connecting through. This is genuinely one of the most under-discussed airport headaches of 2026. Number 6. High-powered laser devices. This is one that a lot of people wouldn't even think to put in their carry-on, and yet the category of confiscated high-powered laser devices at airports has been growing year over year, and the official ban has become considerably more explicit and more broadly applied in 2026. We're talking about laser pointers beyond a certain power output, laser measurement tools, certain hobby and photography equipment that incorporates lasers, and some scientific instruments. The concern from an aviation safety standpoint is the obvious one. High-powered lasers directed at aircraft cockpits are a documented and serious safety threat, and aviation authorities worldwide have spent years trying to legislate and enforce around this. What changed in 2026 is that the list of specific device types that fall under this restriction has been formally expanded. and the power threshold that triggers the ban has been lowered in several jurisdictions. Items that were technically allowed before are now clearly prohibited. This particularly affects people who travel for work in certain technical fields, photographers who use laser-based equipment, and hobbyists. If you have any device that emits a laser, check its classification and power output against current regulations before you pack it. Number 7, and here it is, the one that is catching the most experienced travelers off guard in 2026. Certain portable medical devices and their accessories without proper documentation. Now let me be very clear before we go into this. I am not saying medical devices are banned. Medically necessary equipment is protected, and there are processes in place for travelers with medical needs. What has changed in 2026 is the documentation and verification requirement around those devices, and it is catching people who think they know the process because they've done it before. The rules around what documentation you need, in what format, from what type of provider, and how current that documentation must be have all been updated and tightened. The old note from your doctor that you've been traveling with for 3 years, the printed page you got from your physician in 2023 and have been carrying since, in many cases that is no longer sufficient under the new 2026 requirements. This affects people traveling with things like continuous glucose monitors, portable oxygen concentrators, certain infusion devices, pain management devices, and a growing category of wearable health technology that has medical classification. The people who are getting held up at checkpoints are often experienced travelers who have a genuine medical need for these devices and have traveled with them many times before. They're being stopped not because their device is banned, but because their documentation doesn't meet the new standard. The fix here is straightforward but requires action before your trip. Contact your healthcare provider well in advance of travel. Explain that you need documentation for airport screening that meets 2026 airline and TSA standards, and ask specifically what format that documentation needs to be in. Many providers now have a specific travel letter template they use that covers all the required information. Don't assume your existing documentation is fine. Verify it. So there you have it. 7 new carry-on bans and restrictions that are genuinely changing the airport experience in 2026. Let's do a quick recap before we wrap up. Number 1, lithium battery power banks without clear watt-hour labeling or those exceeding updated thresholds. Number 2, realistic replica weapons and prop items including cosplay, theatrical, and decorative pieces. Number 3, certain aerosol products, particularly those with flammable propellants, beyond the standard liquids rule. Number 4, smart devices and wearables with embedded non-removable batteries in specific categories. Number 5, certain food items on international routes, particularly those with agricultural components that trigger import restrictions. Number 6, high-powered laser devices including photography equipment, measurement tools, and certain hobby items. And number 7, portable medical devices without updated and correctly formatted documentation meeting 2026 standards. Here is the bigger picture point I want to leave you with. The airport experience in 2026 is genuinely different from even 2 or 3 years ago. The technology has advanced, the enforcement has tightened, and the rules have evolved in response to new safety concerns, new device categories, and updated international agreements. The travelers who are having the smoothest experiences are the ones who treat their pre-trip research as seriously as they treat booking their flights and hotels. The good news is that all of this information is publicly available. TSA has updated guidance on their website. Airlines have updated their carry-on policies. International destination countries publish their agricultural import rules. The information is there. The issue is that most people just don't think to check it because they assume the rules they learned are still the rules that apply. Make it a habit before every single trip to do a 5-minute sweep of current regulations based on your specific route and airline. It takes almost no time and it can save you from the exact scenario I described at the beginning of this video. Standing at a checkpoint watching your stuff get confiscated while a line of frustrated travelers builds up behind you. One more thing I want to mention because it came up repeatedly when I was researching this video. International routes add a layer of complexity that domestic travelers often don't think about. When you're flying internationally, You're not just dealing with the rules of your departure country. You're dealing with the rules of any country you transit through and the rules of your destination. Those can all be different, and they have all been updated at different times and at different rates in 2026. If your itinerary involves any international travel or connections through international airports, triple check everything. Alright, if this video helped you, do me a quick favor and hit the like button. It genuinely helps more travelers find this information before their trips, which is exactly the point of making content like this. And if you know someone who's got a trip coming up, share this video with them right now. A 30-second share could save your friend or family member a genuinely stressful airport experience. Subscribe if you haven't already because we are covering more travel updates throughout the rest of 2026, including a deep dive video on international airport security differences that I think is going to be really eye-opening. That video is coming very soon and you'll want to catch it before your next international trip. Travel smart, travel prepared, and I'll see you in the next one.